If you ever wondered what it's really like to live in Celebration, Florida, you're at the right place. Celebration is one of the most unique communities in all of Central Florida. And it often creates curiosity from people from around the country and even internationally. See, Celebration was originally developed by Disney as a master planned community. And because of that, it kind of carries a storybook charm that you simply don't find anywhere else. But is it the right place for you? That's exactly what we're going to cover today. I hope you'll know by the end of this video if you ever considered moving to Celebration. My name is Ben Danholm. I'm a real estate marketing expert and the broker owner of Maxim Realty Orlando. I help buyers and sellers all over Central Florida, sometimes all over the state, make confident decisions about real estate. And in this video, I will give you the complete picture of Celebration, the history, the lifestyle, and the real estate market, and what kind of buyer it's truly best for. By the end, you should know if Celebration is just a nice place to visit, or it could be your next home. So stay with me and let's see where this goes. Let's start with a little bit of a backstory, history if you like. Celebration was conceived in the 1990s by the Walt Disney Company, but it was actually created long before that. It was kind of an idea that Walt Disney himself had many, many years before. The vision was to create a modern version of the perfect small town, one that felt warm, walkable, and had a deep connection as a community. Disney, they wanted to build more than just a neighborhood. They wanted to create a place where people lived, worked, and interacted in a way that felt authentic and old-style homey, if you like. And that's why Celebration has such a distinct look and feel. The architecture was carefully designed to mimic classic small-town America, with the front porches, colonial-style homes, tree-lined streets. And you'll notice those details everywhere in Celebration, from the lampposts to the parks to the signs. The Disney's idea was to bring nostalgia and livability together in one place. And to this day, I would say that Celebration still reflects that original vision. It's grown a little bit bigger than most of us thought it would, but it still has that feel of Old Town America in a modern world. Now let's talk about location and accessibility. Celebration sits right next to Walt Disney World because it was built on some of the land that Disney owned anyways, you could say. And I think it's also deliberate that they wanted to be close to Disney World. So they wanted people to have easy access to Disney World. So if you're a Disney fan, and a lot of people in Celebration are, you can see that at Halloween time or Christmas time, you are practically in paradise. But even if you're not going to be at the parks every weekend or every month or even ever, the location is incredible convenient still. You are about 25 minutes from Orlando International Airport, maybe half an hour from downtown Orlando, and very close to major highways like the I-4 and the 417. That means that whether you're commuting for work, going to the airport, or just planning a night out, Celebration gives you that small town lifestyle without isolating you from the energy of Orlando and Central Florida as a whole. It's also, even though it's built by Disney, close to Disney property, it's actually pretty close to Universal and Legoland as well. So it is, to many people, the perfect balance between convenience and charm. But what really sets Celebration apart, though, is the lifestyle and the sense of community. Imagine being able to walk or bike to the town center where you'll find restaurants, coffee shops, boutiques, and even a lakeside promenade. Celebration has year-round events that bring people together. There's things like farmers markets, art shows, car shows, holiday festivals. Heck, it even snows in Celebration at Christmas time. Not real snow, But yeah, and that is one of the most famous things in Celebration, what they call the now snowing, where the town square and the streets around the center of town are covered with artificial snow, and you get that small town holiday magic. It's almost like a postcard when you come down there. It feels like it's straight out of that postcard, or maybe even straight out of the movie. I don't know, but it feels very magical. Beyond the events that are hosted in every all year round and for very different reasons, Celebration also has miles of walking and biking trails and beautiful lakes you can walk around. It even has a golf course. And there's an active social lifestyle. And that's something a lot of communities simply don't offer anymore. It also has its own school. And for families, schools are always a big factor. So Celebration delivers pretty well here. The community is home to the Celebration K-8 school and the Celebration High School, which are both pretty well regarded in the area. There are also some charter schools and private schools options nearby and in Celebration itself, giving families a lot of flexibility when it comes to education. In fact, the quality of education is one of the reasons that Celebration consistently attracts families who could choose to live in many other parts of Central Florida, but decide that this is where the best fit is. But of course, and I promised this in the beginning, no overview of Celebration, specifically by me, would be complete without talking about the real estate market. Homes in Celebration are pretty much as diverse as the people who live in them. You will find everything from charming condos to townhouses to single-family residences and massive luxury estates. Many homes follow what you could call a neo-traditional or colonial architectural style with large front porches. That's the whole idea. There's a purpose to the front porches in Celebration. The idea was that you could sit on your front porch and your neighbors would walk by and you would actually say hello to your neighbors when they were out on an evening stroll. But it also adds an elegant detail to the homes. On the high end of Celebration, you'll see beautiful estates with waterfront views and custom designs, and like I said, some pretty massive ones. The market is pretty competitive because Celebration is a smaller and somewhat exclusive community. Inventory can be a little bit tight. Prices tend to run higher than in its surrounding areas because of the added demand and low inventory, and the uniqueness of actually having a Celebration address and living the lifestyle of Celebration. But because buyers are not just drawn by the homes themselves, even though they are mostly beautifully designed, whether you're talking about smaller homes or large homes, they're all beautiful and very deliberately designed to give that feeling of home. It is the lifestyle that comes with those homes that draws most people and maintains Celebration as a very, very strong market. So who is Celebration right for? Well, it's an excellent choice for families who want a safe, walkable community with great schools, but it's also truly appealing to anybody, professionals or not, who work in nearby Orlando, but want to come home to a place that feels like a retreat and feels like a hometown like we all imagine. We may not have lived in one because most of them died out before most of us who are alive today even existed, but the hometown feel that we dream about from having watched movies. Retired people love Celebration as well because of its amenities, tons of clubs and activities if you want to join that, its charm and its sense of security. It took years and years before the first crime ever occurred in Celebration, and it's still a rarity, I believe, in Celebration, even though I must admit I did not check the stats prior to making this video. And of course, Celebration is a draw for luxury buyers who want something distinctive, something different, something lasting. So if you're the kind of person who values community, aesthetics, and convenience all rolled into one package, I think Celebration might be the perfect match for you. But if you're looking for a lot of land, low HOA fees, or acquired a lifestyle away from tourist areas, it might not be ideal. Because of the uniqueness, it does also attract a lot of tourists. So let's talk about pros and cons. On the plus side, we have Celebration offers a very thoughtfully and deliberately designed community and a strong sense of connection. Lots of events, lots of amenities, and to be fair, a pretty unbeatable location. It's pretty safe, it's charming, and it really does deliver on that small town feel in the middle of Central Florida. It is almost like you're stepping 100 years back in time without losing all the modern comforts, I might add. On the other hand, there are some things to consider because everything comes at a cost. HOA fees in Celebration are higher than average, and because it's close to Disney and because it's unique, you get a lot of tourist traffic sometimes, especially around the holiday seasons, Halloween and Christmas. Inventory is limited, and prices are generally higher than many nearby neighborhoods. But for a lot of people, those trade-offs are worth it for what you're getting in Celebration. Others might prefer a different part of Orlando. It really, as with everything else in life, comes down to what you value the most. So let's try to wrap this up. Celebration is not just a neighborhood, it's a lifestyle. And even though it's not incorporated, it's a whole little city in its own right. It's a place that was built very intentionally, where every detail was designed to create a certain kind of experience, just like any other thing that Disney does. And for the right buyer, it's absolutely worth it, whether you're a Disney fan or not. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Celebration, or anywhere in Central Florida really, I would love to help you, guide you through that process. I've got a lot of experience in that, so if you are up for it, give me a call, send me a text. My number is 407-288-0704. That is my direct number. Nobody else can answer that. So let me give you that again, 407-288-0704. And let me know in the comments if you think Celebration is for you and what you've heard about Celebration, and if anything in this video actually made you change your mind about Celebration or maybe confirmed what you thought about Celebration. I'd love to hear your comments below this video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. It's been fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
It's Bent Danholm, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you'll never see me again. I consistently create helpful content for those who are currently in the real estate market. This information can be extremely helpful for your buying and selling needs, so be sure you like and subscribe here. And most importantly, leave a comment to let us know if this video was helpful for you. We're here to help the Central Florida community, and we always love your thoughts and questions. Follow now, and I'll see you with our next helpful video.